Yo, afternoon guys, welcome back to the Ahn Rho Project. This is a psychiatric self-therapeutic multimedia project to solve the problems, challenges, obstacles in our lives, as well as a self-improvement process to reach high goals and ambitions that we have set for ourselves, as well as those around us. If you'd like a brief introduction, brief summary, you can please check out the previous live stream for the past 3.5 years. Actually, just check the one right before this live stream. We already had introduction in ARP 96018. So that's just the one this morning prior to this. That being said, that's just a very short solve 10 override, so we're going to completely skip the introduction and we're going to blast through all the photographs right here in low res. So continue from where we left off immediately from our previous live stream. We were covering something along the lines of I believe music. We just transitioned to music. Now there's been a flurry of new things that happened in the past maybe 3-4 hours that need to be covered, so we're just going to dive right into it. So continue from where we left off. Talk about music. Right before we ended the last live stream, I'm gonna lower the music a little bit. Speaking of which, you can see Warrior, Tobu, Spectrum, Alan Walker. These are all copyright-free tracks from No Copyright Sounds. That's the name of the channel. It's a great channel. I think many people are aware of this. You may be aware of this if you're watching this yourself. Yellow Spectrum song. So that was more upbeat kind of music, and I'm basically looking for things that are more green spectra. So it's somewhat sorrowful, but still impactful. It's like almost like motivated sadness. If that makes any sense, because motivation is a very passive emotion, so it's weird. But trap has this electronic music has a way of almost propelling sadness into action. So what you see here is me basically trying to download some of these things here through Video Prop, and one of these says like top 5 music or whatever. You see here me creating a playlist on YouTube as well for non-copyright sounds, no copyright sounds, the whole channel itself. So NCS, you see here green, yellow spectra, blue spectra songs. Alan Walker, Electronomus. So here's another description of another video compilation of various tracks from it. Again, and NCS doesn't really have ownership for these tracks. More like they are helping artists who create the sounds themselves, create these tracks themselves. So that's that. You see here once again more of these compilations. Julius for Invincible, Eclipse, also very good. Disfigure, Blank. Some of these tracks may be familiar to some of you. Okay, so Video Proc here. Once again, downloading some specific tracks. Seems like Hyperdrive by Koza is one of them. Alan Walker, Koza, Hyperdrive. Once again, just breezing through everything here. Here's this is Hyperdrive, right, by Koza, and you see it's a white background one. We have here Electronomia. I did not download this. This one was too kind of electronic and upbeat for me. Sky High. I noticed that the yellow songs don't hit well, don't resonate with me very well. Here, Last Heroes crossed with Two Work Is Apart. Eclipse, that one I really like that one. And again, this all comes from the comic, the fan-made comic, using them, and then I said, oh, these are really good tracks. Where can I find them? And I found them. E.G. Zod, Maestro and Chives, Royalty. Again, both of them downloaded from NCS. You can see the green ring, green sentiment. We have here Last Hero. This one I was just taking out. I decided to not download it. I put it in, and then I said, I don't really want that. I don't really want it. Same thing here with Eclipse. This is something I downloaded. And so once again, just a bunch of music tracks. Eclipse from Koza and so on and so forth. Rummaging through everything there. Done. You see, I tried to speed through that because there was just so much to cover. Okay, let's start on the bottom right here because that's a continuation of NCS. Background music, right? Most popular tracks. Most of these I did not download. Julius, Drazik, and Zeus for Invisible I did. Over here, Sunburst, Necrozilla. A lot of these tracks still I did not download and don't intend on actually, despite the fact that they're green tracks. Listening to all these in 2020, and this guy here, I wanted to showcase a comment because he just basically listed some top tracks for every year, and I think that's just kind of their opinion, but I can't trust their judgment on that enough. Over here we have track Wario by Mortals, or Mortals by Wario, and you can see here this is their own music video of it, okay, which is really just It's not really much of a music video, sorry, just the audio itself. But you can see the logo here. And I downloaded that one. So, okay, moving up, we see that I'm here trying to create, put it into effect. We want to make use of the music, right? We can't just want to apply it. So create a groove playlist here, adding on here 21:03:30. So it's like October 31st kind of thing. No, it is yesterday, so 30th. Address information. So actually, this is why don't we? Okay, let's just wrap up the music here. Last Heroes, right here's the final clip of all of them downloaded on Video Prog. And then we had an intermission into health cards. So before I went to sleep yesterday, I also wanted to get down a few snapshots. So for your health card, for your driver's license, we have to update everything. And of course, there's nothing, privacy confidential. You can't make up very much out here. It's all blurry, but most importantly, it's not something that has any private information. It's just the homepage. You go to the homepage and stuff like that, and you can read it. There's a summary, there's eligibility requirements, terms of agreement, so on and so forth. Add skin label, address information. Obviously, I'm not gonna show that. So let's scoot back up to music again. So the playlist, like I was talking about here. So we're creating it on a phone as well. So this is a screenshot, sorry, on my phone on Google Play, I believe. Next to that, As the World Caves In by Tim, I combined some of these trap songs along with other songs from my current playlist already. So if you guys haven't heard of it, just go to search up Matt Maltese and Sarah Cochran. So she did a great cover of Matt Maltese's song As the World Caves In, and it's amazing. It's great. And I combined it with like Hyperdrive Accords, so the trap songs from the electronic songs, sorry, from NCS, so no copyright sound. So big thank you to them. Like acknowledgements, like literally like right in the video. I'm saying it. Royalty. Oreo, again, all these things are free, copyright free, all that kind of stuff. Although you do have to obviously credit them if you're going to use them in a sort of medium. Obviously, I'm not playing any of these tracks on my videos or live streams for a reason. I don't want to actually use them on stream. It would be too much hassle. Okay, anyways, moving on, we have here also not just on Google Play but also on the laptop itself, right? Google Play on the phone but also on the laptop, Microsoft Groove. So here, just creating duplicate playlists on both of them. Alright, that's a lot for music. Still more. We have more, again, still playlisting here. Groove, right, creating this one. Oh, that's just a continuation, actually. Oh, that's great. Okay, so we can just skip the bottom layer. Can we? Yeah, we can. Over here, again, Google Play, As the World Caves In, Royalty, Hyperdrive, Koza. This is important here. In the middle here, we have something that's got to do with a little bit of scanning, so dollar on products and stuff like that. Trying to get down the scanned files for the products of LED lights and the strip, which we tested in a previous live stream and you kind of saw a little bit of it. So we'll get to that in a second. Hopefully later on today or later on at the end of the stream. I don't think we have enough time for that, to be honest, but we're gonna try. Keep it moving. So you see here also not just on Google Play but also on a music player app. That's another app that I have that actually is more comprehensive than Google Play when it comes to the mobile phone, because it captures certain elements, certain files that Google Play doesn't capture. Anyways, up here you see here copying some of the music files as well as the INTJ psychology kind of thing video over onto the resources that I intend to share with a bunch of people who are within my private circle, right? Obviously I can't share this publicly. Over here on the left hand side, we have stuff that's, there we go. Let's talk about the lights, right? Testing the lights. So this is great. Take a look here. That's the azure light. That's the coil of LED. I turned off the lights and you see it's a brilliant azure teal color. Like, we're going to showcase this in a second, in a moment. But I also want to mention that, of course, next to it you can see 2 bottles of Manical D. So this refers to biomedical research, cellular nutrition. So Manical D, these 2 bottles, the gray bottles, I had to restock one of them ran out. Okay, and then here's the screenshots of the previous the collage of everything for the previous live stream. So, all right, we can hop over. We got 5.5 minutes left. Let's see what we can do here. So here's the screenshots. Like I said, the very bottom right hand side, we were just preparing for this live stream, and then we gotta go down zoom here for a second. So Samsung, right? What's this got to do with? It's like Excel database. I had to update the fact that I am, of course, trying to incorporate my usage of so this has to do with residency, right? Residence, furniture, housing, utilities. This is more serious. We're jumping away from music and into things more serious. So it is like a residential matter, right? So using the washing machine, the laundry machine, like the washer and the dryer, as well as the thing to hang all the clothing, including you can see here. So it's a Samsung washing machine. It's a shared length, obviously, furnished housing. And you see here, I'm trying to incorporate over the past 4 years, how many times have I used it. So this is once again something to keep in mind, because as I'm sort of taking for granted the fact that yes, this is not my washer, right? This is stuff that I, by virtue of living here, am allowed to use as a tenant with the landlord and shared with other various tenants. So I just wanted to keep track of that, as well as the brooms and stuff like that I use on tools. Now we're moving on to the side here. Speaking of like washing and stuff like that, you can see the room here in region D1 through 3, like the food region, as well as on the floor D3 is the floor. You see there's like the garbage there, the recyclables there, so it's just kind of like mess, but it's a lot cleaner than yesterday, because if you see next to it here, region G1 next to the bed, you can see now it's actually mostly clean, as opposed to yesterday's live stream. The first live stream you saw was a huge mess. Now it's just a luggage bag and the heater. Now we still have to wash the floor, so you can see it's kind of all just wiped down. I vacuumed a little bit here using, once again, on the Excel database, one of the vacuums is the vacuum machine lent from my residential landlord. So okay, next to that we have region A5 to A6 to A9. You see the laptop here, and you can see the light. Even though I've turned on the light, the brilliance of the light LED strip is so bright that it can cope for the phone's automatic contrast adjustment. So you can see how bright that is, and that's phenomenal, because this is a $4 Dollarama purchase, a dollar store, seriously. So that's great. Looking here on the left hand side corner, we still wait. Okay, so there's some messages again showcasing this privacy, confidentiality. There's nothing, there's nothing, you can't make too much of it. It's just like, yeah, are you up? What's up? Yeah, I'm still awake. This is about it's about the rap, and loans. So it's not like you can't make up what that is, but basically think of like if you're a student loans, that kind of stuff. All right. So that's between me and my brother. Moving up to the side, top left hand corner, we have something to do with what is this? Samsung device. Shit. This is big. So yesterday I dropped the phone. There's a lot going on, and I just fuck it all. It was so messy. I didn't go out on time. I didn't throw the trash. I should have been, and stuff like that. So then I just ended up walking to the washroom, and then the phone slipped out, and I was being careless. It was really careless. It was my negligence, my responsibility. I fucked up and dropped it on the floor next to the toilet next to the toilet bowl. So I had to wash it a little bit, and then the water seeped in. And so here you go, me scanning the now dysfunctional. Well, it's like 10 years. I mean, it's like 6, 7, 8 years now. This phone, Samsung Galaxy 2, I believe. Of course, so you see, made in China. Here's the battery, the device specs on the inside, that kind of stuff. Definitely out of date. Galaxy 2 Samsung battery. Here's a lithium battery. Please refer to manual before using this battery, so on and so forth. We got a minute left. Gotta be careful. Don't recycle, right? And this is obviously it's toxic for the environment. And so you see here, I've taken out the battery. The screen's no longer working. When the water seeped in, it started to automatically turn on and off, and eventually it just wouldn't start up at all. And now it's starting up, but I can't use the screen. So at this point, it's just useless now, which is fine. It's eventually I had to replace the phone. So one way of coping for this is just saying, hey, it was never mine to begin with, and this was something that my domestic guardians purchased for me. So I have to be thankful. And finally, now that it's come to its end of date, thank you, big appreciate. I had to show my gratitude appreciation to my biological father, my caregivers, for getting me this phone when I was back in university days. So everything comes to a shelf life, things move on, and I lost that. Now I believe in the title of this has something to do with birthdays. Unfortunately, I guess this is where it goes in, right? So are you awake? We'll talk a little bit about this. Basically, just say, hey, I got 30 seconds left. Happy birthday to my brother. It's his birthday, and I think I'm not sure if it's in this live stream title, but basically it's his birthday, and we had a conversation about stuff like I said, the student loans, but also just catch up on his projects, and he's got a lot of stressful stuff that he's trying to manage community. Again, not going to dive into that, as confidential, but yes, happy birthday to my brother, and that's That's like part of this live stream. It's so sad. We're not done anything yet. I'll see you in the next